U.S. corporate tax rate at 35% is one of the highest in the world now. You know, you look at countries in Europe, they are in the kind of high 20s and low 30s.
But most corporations pay far less than that 35% rate. And the effective tax rate is a measure of what they really pay. So for a typical corporation that has a lot of multinational activity, their effective tax rate might be in the low 20s or in the teens or even in the single digits.
Some of them are paying a negative tax rate on their U.S. earnings because of the things they're doing offshore. They're playing all kinds of games to reduce their U.S. income tax to ridiculously low levels.
Basically, every major technology company, every major drug maker in the U.S. relies on the offshore world for a very significant portion of its profits.
The Cayman Islands, where you have just in one relatively small building, thousands and thousands of post office boxes, in effect, just box numbers. It's called the Ugland House, where companies here claim to have an office, even though there's no economic activity that is going on there.
The issue of companies shifting income ultimately to tax havens should really be at the top of the agenda right now.
Our corporate rate is 35%. The European average is 25%. Stupider than Europe, more destructive than Europe's tax structure is not where the United States should be.
I think we do need a reduction permanently in the corporate tax rate.
If you want people to obey the tax system and you want freedom and you want economic growth, lowering tax rates is the way to go.
Problem here is that Britain just did this. British said, oh my goodness, companies are running out the door, we must lower our corporate rate to bribe them to come back. And they're still, moving money to the Channel Islands and things like that.
They could cut it to 30, they could cut it to 28, they could cut it to 26. But you really can't compete very well with zero.